band of marauders evade capture by hiding away in a forest that is rumored to be haunted. I have heard that Sir Peleus was seen around the woods in pursuit of the brigands. Good old Peleus, protector of the downtrodden. He has never cared about fame. We must deal with these brigands, and I need knights for my round table. So this looks like an opportunity to kill two birds with one stone.
You fools! Don't enter the woods! The tomb shall not be disturbed!
Stay back, rascals. We want no trouble. Let us leave. Why would I? You showed no mercy for the innocent. If you want to play it this way, so be it. There are more of us.
You are outnumbered, sir. Let us help you.
Thank you, Knights of Camelot. I'm trying to stop these idiots from releasing the curse in this forest. They were thieves and murderers, only because they are terrified of the curse. Lady Violet's tomb is cursed. We can't let them disturb her peace, or death will come for everyone. Oh yes, there are, with their leader. Ansem is his name, a cunning piece of work, real smart. His camp is deep in the woods. He is familiar with the curse, and knows that fear keeps everyone away. He is a fearless bastard. In his carelessness, he will awaken the curse. I can feel it. Wait. There is foul witchery in these woods. Are you sure you want to enter? I am not afraid of dying, but becoming one of those lost ones is a fate worse than death. I have a bad feeling about this, but you are right. We must kill the brigands before they unleash the curse.
The dead are upon us. Save me and I swear I'll help you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Of course, yes. I'm glad to help. Yes. We have a main camp, and not far from that, a smaller hideout. Ansem is in the main camp. He set a trap for the dead, but he will die, like all of them. Can I go now? You are really kind. So if I can give you a piece of advice, when you see the path to the south, avoid it. It leads to the lair of the undead witch.
He deserved punishment and you let him go. How disappointing.
Visitors? I was expecting the living dead, not some wandering knights. Doesn't matter. We can kill you too if we must.
Ha! Your plan has failed. This was quite something. The desecrated tomb, vile bandits, sword fights, and a cursed forest. I had my share of adventures, and this was remarkable. I'm tempted. You know, why not? I will join you.
Lady Dindrain has been in search for the Holy Grail for a long time. She claims she sees heavenly visions that guide her steps. And this time she is certain that her last dream will lead her to the sacred artifact. She needs some knights to accompany her. And if she is right, this could be very useful for Camelot.
The writings were clear. The ethereal throne is here, in this forest. An old scroll written in the language of the ancients. Nobody does, but the monks could translate some parts of the writing. It tells the legend of the ethereal throne of Avalon. Well, the throne is ancient, and this place wasn't always a forest. The writings didn't mention that, but the throne might be the Holy Grail itself. In my dream, Percival was standing right beside it. Yes and no. The throne is here, but not now. It is hard to explain. The throne can be in the past or in the future. This part wasn't clear in the writings. If we want to reach the throne, we must enter the 3 ancient gates in the proper order. Just follow me.
No, nobody should meddle with those damn gates. I wish I could warn them.
I recognize these statues. This is the first gate. I can feel the gate, but we can't see it yet. It's here, in this place, but not in this time. With a spell word from the ancient scroll. I've memorized it. It opens the gate, but the Guardians will come to stop us. Who, if we are lucky, or what, if we are not. It did. They will appear here from the River of Time, or something like that. The monks were unable to translate this part. Are you ready? Anal natrak, or balsdes bedat, no gel dienna. The gate is open. Enter. The wandering savages of the otherworld.
Those gates are forbidden even for me. They should have never come here.
Here, the old tree. Let's try the spell word. Anal natrak, or balsdes bedat, no gel dienna. The gate is open. Enter. We have unleashed something powerful and terrible. Lord have mercy on us. What was that thing? Those unholy devils. Percival told me that the Shi are real, but I've never truly believed him. You are right, and the last gate might be even worse. We are looking for a strange rock formation. Let me show you the way.
These stones? Impossible. What are they doing in my realm?
Look at those strange rocks. They look quite otherworldly. The old writings referred to them as stones of doom. Fitting. It wasn't hard to recognize the place. Yes, the gate is here. Somewhere, sometime. What hellish creatures shall it cast upon us? Prepare your weapons. Anal natrak, or balsdes bedat, no gel dienna. The gate is open. Enter. What the hell?
Fools! Fools! What have you done? I must stop you. The Throne of Doom is just a prophecy. It never shall become real. Never. Yes, soon. Soon you will find the Grail, and you will regret it. Are you mad? Get away from here now.
You can't stop me from finding the throne.
That throne is just an illusion.
My vision called me here. It must be here.
This is a forest where one day the Grail might find its place. That's what drew you here.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't. Time has been broken here. All you did was to crawl through the cracks and fell into a potential future. You are trespassing.
But how?
I don't have time to deal with you. Leave, and the power of the forest will send you back to where you came from.
We have no reason to stay. But trust me, I will not give up my search.
Remember, this is a future that we all should avoid at any cost. I'm doing all I can to make sure it won't happen. Ah, what a bunch of idiots you are.
As an act of fate, a wandering sage has stumbled upon the catacombs, where allegedly the warrior queen of Britannia, Boadicea, was buried alive by the Romans of Eboracum. It is an unexpected and intriguing discovery, which is too important to dismiss.
This place reeks of evil sorcery, suffering, and despair. I can only grasp a fleeting glimpse of the tragedy that unfolded here a long time ago, and I don't want to see more.
Am I truly awakened? Or is it just another treacherous torment? What kind of apparition are you? My mind tells me I'm dead. Yet with every breath, this body screams in agony. Kill me. I can't take it anymore. Just hand me a dagger then. I don't want to live in shame. I was in another life. Now I'm just a broken mother consumed by grief. They lured me into a trap and forced me to watch as my 2 daughters were raped and slaughtered. The decadent monsters of Eboracum, the last Roman province in Britannia. Worse, I was sent into a deathless sleep to relive the horror over and over again here in the other world. While I was imprisoned here, my daughters came back from the dead to haunt me. Maybe there is still hope for them to find peace. This burden is so hard to carry. I raised my 2 daughters to be proud warriors like me. One day, King Urtha's cousin and a Roman champion of the 9th Legion came, asking for their hands. I just laughed and sent the suitors away. Enraged by the refusal, the suitors lured us into a trap. We fought hard, but were quickly overpowered. I was whipped and spat upon, while my daughters were raped by jeering men. Then they just slit their throats and watched them die. I screamed and pleaded, but to no avail. Come forth, Sabine. My second daughter. Come. I'm here to break the bond that binds you here. There is no greater tragedy than seeing your own children die. So I thought back then. How pitiful. But they put me under a spell, trapping my mind in a never-ending, nightmarish dream. I have seen my children suffer 1,000 times. Their rattling last breath, fair skin growing pale, mocked by blood. Rise, my first daughter, Abria, rise. Let me free you from this curse. Without your help, I would have rotten here, till the world's end, listening to the screams of my kin. Maybe you were sent here by the old gods as a sign that I still have purpose. From this day, I live for nothing but vengeance. If those monsters from Eboracum find their way here, they will have to pay. A lot of time has passed, and there is much to uncover. I need answers. Maybe we will meet again.
Strange rumors surround the bogs about murderous ghosts and strange lights, and a knight who is neither alive nor dead. In other words, it could be an average swamp in Avalon. But this feels like something I need to investigate, since I've heard that for some reason, the swamp also attracted the interest of Sir Balin the Savage.
I remember this place. A sacred graveyard for the heroes of the Dawn Ages. There is terrifying power in those old bones in the earth. What are these fools meddling with again?
Please, can you help me? I don't want to die here. We heard that Sir Twelin was seen wandering this swamp. We wanted to take a look. We were looking for him for a while. That was the order. But we didn't find anything. Until now. There was only the two of us. I escorted Friar Brian here. We were idiots. This bloody place looked silent, and then it was swarming with the living dead. They surrounded us. I tried to hold up the dead, and Friar fled the ruins of the old castle. The Friar is a wise man. He knows a lot about these monsters. But you'll need to find him soon. I fear that he will not survive on his own for long.
Bless the Lord. He heard my prayers and brought you here in time. The Lost Ones are preparing an attack. Ready your arms. Praise the Lord. He didn't abandon me in my darkest hour. You should be careful. Sir Tuellen is dabbling in the arcane arts. His soul is just as rotten as his mortal shell. This swamp used to be a sacred glade of the old faith. You can still find here the idols of the pagan gods, oozing magic. Yes, he is trying to raise the fallen warriors from the dead. I have no idea. I can only tell you where you can find him. I saw him, but he was lost in a ritual. That's how I could escape. Those statues gave him power. You can go straight to battle with him, but I'd recommend destroying those idols first. That's the least I can do. This swamp is a wonderful and also horrifying place. I am fascinated by the Lost Ones, and here I could study them thoroughly, if they weren't trying to kill me. Did you know that in the Bleeding Heart Monastery, we are trying to learn all we can about the Lost Ones? They are fascinating creatures. They defy everything we know about this magical island. In the Golden Age of Avalon, knights were wandering the island seeking adventure. When they fell, they always returned fully healed and in great spirits. But after that unholy storm, they came back changed, lost.
Did you all really think that banishing me from Camelot would work? You are all weaklings and cowards. You don't know what it takes to rule this land. You lot did me a favor. You opened my eyes. If I want to take back Camelot, I need to embrace what I am. I must become one with the darkness, like the Knight of Midnight. But he is unnatural, mad, an abomination. To hell with him. I will raise an army of the lost and rule as a good king.
This place used to be the sacred Lake of the Lady. Now it is the Heart of Midnight. The Lady of the Lake tried to heal Arthur back to life here, but he turned into darkness incarnated. I must destroy the king and fulfill my destiny.
By the old god's bones, the seat of my power desecrated, my heart ripped out and thrown into the mud. I only tried to heal the king here, as it was foretold. But not a single prophecy bloody told me that this would happen.
Yes, the stars shuddered and bled, and you are here. The saviors, the dead.
Great. Another hopeless lunatic in this nightmare.
Mad or visionary? Does it matter at all? I've been waiting for you. Doesn't matter. Time is just a shackle I learned to unlock. You need my help. This is the heart of midnight, which is both a place and a scar, the mark of the forbidden ritual. Oh, yes, you are the blade that will carve out the black growth. But he is stronger than you think. His curse was dreamed up in the void. More than that, it was an attempt to break the ancient rule that forbids your kind to leave Avalon. Not him. He was foretold to return to Britannia. How is he supposed to do that if the lady obeys the rules? I only gave her a little nudge, just a little. Oh, but you know what I mean. You were there, or you will be there. Past and future. It all blurs together here. There are powers so ancient that even I feel young compared to them. And this one has a grudge raging beyond the ivory gates. Trust me, you'll understand everything when it will be too late. The Knight of Midnight is gorging himself on fallen knights. He is getting more powerful with each soul. With my wisdom, of course. I'm a friend of the lady and I know her secrets. I'll guide you. By the stars, you almost sounded grateful, Knight. Shall we leave then? The ones who came before you refused my help, and he rules stronger than ever. The lady was almost destroyed here. Her blood is tainted, but cleanse her shrines and the waters will fill you with might. That is your only chance.
Damn it, Mordred. Are you insane? You should have learned that you never trust babbling lunatics you meet in the wild. This is his fault as well, after all. Not that he knows or cares.
Look, sweet Lady Blanche, the Maiden of the Lake, the one who embodied birth is now the specter of death. Among the enchantresses of the lady, there was always three to ascend, the sacred trinity, three aspects of the lady. Maiden, mother, and crone, each with a shrine. You have cleansed this one. It can deliver her blessing now. What have become of you, Lady Anita? You were the full moon, motherhood, and love. And now you are all sadness and decay. Wait, this is tingling. A fountain of might sprouting from below. The lake is healing. The lady's presence is stronger.
Hold it right there. This is the sacred glade of the lady, and you cannot pass. We swore an oath to protect it until our last drop of blood. Take a step further, nameless knight, and you'll have to fight us.
Lady Isabel, the aspect of death. I welcome you, crone. What can I say? You haven't changed a bit. Three shrines cleansed, sacred numbers. There is a chance for the lady to return. Are you ready to enter the heart of midnight? See that? The tree from the Shattered Lands. It was brought here by the Tuatha Dé Danann when this island was still young. You'll find the place of death and rebirth there. The wound that bleeds until all shards are removed. I must leave. I cannot let midnight devour my soul. It would make him much too powerful. What did you expect from a mad old man in the woods?
Oh, the irony, Dread Knight. You can't see it yet, but you will.
The heart of Avalon. The place where everything ended and begun. Where both the king and I perished, only to return again.
Nice! Are you ready to join my round table? We have tried that once, Arthur. It didn't end well, remember? Arthur, I knew that name once. Once I was the king. In the future, I will be so much more. I don't think so. Time to finish what we have begun. It's over. This island is too small for 2 round tables.
The end is only the beginning, Sir Mordred.
Does this mean we are finished here?
It is not over yet. I was mistaken.
How? I killed this thing my old enemy had become.
You have destroyed one aspect of King Arthur. His rotting husk.
What? What have you done?
What I was meant to do. I tried to bring him back. I even broke some rules. But the curse was so potent that even I had no power over it. With my last breath, I unleashed the might of Avalon at him.
Your magic, which made him immortal, couldn't kill him.
No, it tore him into shreds, into 4 soul fragments. You've just killed one of them.
So, my battle with Arthur is not over yet. Shall I be angry or glad?
Destroy the 3 soul fragments of Arthur. Then you'll be free. Wait for the ravens that bring you guidance. From a queen you killed with your own hands.
The Lady of the Lake told me to wait for guidance from a queen I killed to find my way to the shards of Arthur's soul. Her annoyingly cryptic remark alluded to Queen Guinevere, of course. So I wasn't surprised when I received a message from Queen Guinevere by a raven that could talk. Guinevere is under siege. If I help her, I will get that promised guidance.
What a ragtag army. Savage Picts and cunning cutthroats from the woods. Why are they laying siege to Guinevere's castle? Somebody must have sent them here.
The man who killed me. Imagine my surprise when I heard about your arrival in Avalon. Help! You were an option. My best. My only option. I am a priestess of the Lady of the Lake, and you serve her. She sent you here, and she knows why. Do you now? You sound almost like Sir Lancelot. Get a move on, then. We are running out of time. I can't hold the walls much longer. My castle is under siege. I will await you here. Follow my ravens and do what you always do. Kill everyone who stands in your way. Please.
Finally. Oh, the subtle thread of manipulation I had to weave to make these two meet. A queen and a king killer. Sworn enemies and unlikely allies for my cause.
Destroy their advance guard first. Then we can talk.
It won't be a problem.
Impressive. This is how I remembered you, Sir Mordred. Covered in blood, seething with fury. Rabble. Morgau's lured savages here to weaken my defenses, while her real army is preparing for the final charge. She also employs bands of mercenaries. The Picts are her elite warriors. With an army like that, she could conquer the entire island. Yes, they built a siege engine on this side of the tower, and a Pict shaman is preparing a powerful spell on the other. We have to stop them before it's too late. I can't stop him on my own. He is summoning a creature of the depths. It could crawl through the earth and shake the foundations of my tower. A trebuchet. If you help me get there, I will burn it to cinders. But it is heavily guarded. It could make you a worthy man. Worthy of yourself, of the Lady of the Lake, and yes, of me too. Who do you take me for, Mordred? I can take care of myself, and I will accompany you. We must stop the summoning ritual. With each passing heartbeat, the danger grows. Here it comes. The worm of the earth! Kill it! I never thought I'd say it, but I'm grateful for your assistance. This was an important victory, but you must know that the lady arranged this meeting for a reason. She wants us to talk about Arthur. Of course she is. The lady is the last of the Tuatha Dé Danann. Manipulation is in her blood. Yes, she is using us both. You can kill the shards, but my beloved husband is gone. All the monsters his death has spawned must not live. I accept this. I know you defeated the Knight of Midnight, and we both know about the shards of Arthur's soul. I can help you more than you think. The fragment you are looking for is embedded in the tortured flesh of the Fisher King. And when the king suffers, the land suffers with him. It happened to Arthur in Britannia, and so it is happening here again. Before the storm, this land belonged to King Pellam, a righteous ruler who devoted his life to the Christian God, but never tormented the followers of the old faith. Worse. Reborn as the Fisher King, he is a monstrous fusion of Arthur and Pellam, ruling with an iron fist and through terror. He is Arthur sometimes. He remembers me, but that fragment is barely more than his remaining hatred and suffering. He lives in Corbinic, in King Pellam's castle. The Holy Grail was guarded there by Sir Percival, but after the storm it all changed. The Grail is lost and Sir Percival has been exiled. Now the castle is the heart of the wasteland, and the king's sick soul is poisoning the land of Avalon from there. No, Morgause is leading the Picts against him. The wasteland is devouring their forests, and as long as the king is alive, the rot will spread. The Fisher King almost never leaves his castle, but I can lure him out. Arthur's fragment has feelings for me. Be ready and wait for my call, Sir Mordred. We'll meet him, and together, we shall kill him.
I've heard about a village where the believers of the old faith and Christianity used to live together in peace, until the curse of the wasteland reached them too. Since then, it's been a living hell, despite the efforts of Sir Tegger, the protector of the village. He seems like an extraordinary knight to have achieved this much. So I decided to send out my men to help him out.
I feel so tired. Are you real or just another figment of my imagination? I'm not so sure anymore. I must have been working for days. My bones are aching. Care to help me raise another cross? I promised my daughter I'd raise as many crosses as I can. There is still hope. There must be. It's the Fisher King's curse. Where you were standing was once a lush woodland. Then the corruption swept over like a filthy tide, withering everything in its wake. The village nearby was my home, where I raised children with a loving wife. They are all gone, but maybe their souls can be laid to rest. They sacrificed everything to save the people, but it wasn't enough. I've forsaken them. I want a merciful death for my son, daughter, and wife, or what is left of them. But now they live again, stuck in a rotting shell. I can't do it alone. I just can't. Will you help me or not? Either way, please don't waste more time. Each cross stands for a soul to be saved from damnation. My daughter told me to erect them before the curse took her. Sir Taegir, I served as Arthur's counselor and cupbearer, but no one remembers my name.
Taegir, the Fisher King's lapdog. So you finally decided to leave the safety of your rotten Christ.
I have no quarrel with you. Just let us pass. There is enough death already.
Your king poisoned our lands. Everyone who bowed to him must die. Then maybe Balor will have mercy on us.
I also lost everything dear to me. For the last time, let us pass, and we shall be on our way.
Are you begging now, Christmonger? We need fresh bodies to finish what your whelping started. Thanks for bringing your friends along.
What are you savages up to? Let the village die in peace.
Oh, we shall make sure that nothing remains here. Now fight well to please the gods.
Lord Almighty, will this killing ever end? They wanted my head because I served King Pellas, before he turned into a monster called the Fisher King. My son, Lon, who, unlike my daughter, refused Christianity, he started a pagan ritual to save the village. Yes, they were. We let them choose whatever path they wanted to take. I married the daughter of a tribesman, you see. We all have our cross to bear. This is the village where the people of Christ and the followers of Old Faith lived together, peacefully. When the Fisher King's curse struck, we fought the inevitable with prayer and old magic. We saved a few souls, but not from death. Some villagers rose again as monsters. Some are just harmless prowlers who kept their sanity. Soon you shall see. And somewhere between these crumbled huts, my once beloved wife is haunting.
Behold the vagrant knight, Arthur's chamber pot-bearer. My beloved husband return. Come, have a taste of the worms on my lips, Taegir.
Don't do this, Ishilt. We are here to end your suffering.
So it took some strangers to muster up the courage to face me. Oh, don't turn away, Taegir. Look at me.
For the sake of our children, please don't make this any harder.
Our children? The fruit of my womb is no more. Their blood is on your hands.
I raised as many crosses as I could. I prayed to the Lord until my mouth bled. But it wasn't enough.
Do you know how I died? Under whose blade?
I don't want to know.
Then be cursed forever. You're just as dead as we are, but stuck in a still-breathing shell.
I've sinned, Ishilt. But the Lord Almighty can save us all. Not in this life, but beyond.
I spit on your Christ. Don't you remember you married a pagan?
I still remember the day I set eyes upon you, Ishild. Now you are just a beast, howling in pain.
Then come, husband. Let us lock in one final embrace. Come.
I can taste your despair, Father. About to raise a cross for me. So I am here to suffer until eternity.
Anise, my daughter, don't deny the Lord's grace.
I devoted my whole life to the Lord Almighty. So I fought the curse with prayer in His name. Foolish me.
I raised a forest of crucifixes, as you told me, my child. We saved many souls from the village.
Your daughter's alive. For some filthy peasants. I accepted all their suffering until the Fisher King's curse flowered in my bosom.
Anise, please.
Can you hear it as it gnaws me from the inside?
I can't take this anymore. Knights of Camelot, help me!
Be a good father for once. Come and kill me.
Not a step further, iron-skinned snakes. Your plague will devour everything unless we finish the ritual. The one King Pelham spread across our land like gangrene. The very one Tega's son foolishly tried to tame. He came to this sacred place where blood used to run like a river to appease the gods. He grabbed the sacrificial dagger and failed. Now it's up to us to make amends. The boy sacrificed villagers here before the plague took him as well, but the ritual's incomplete until he also takes the blade. We have no other choice. He's already dead anyway. Leave, or behold the ritual with your heads on a pike. All the better. Baylor always thirsts for more blood.
The gods are pleased with your offerings, Father. Oh, all the sweet blood your friends have spilt.
Lon, my son, what did you do?
What you and Anise couldn't. Saving the people with crosses, begging to your pitiful Christ.
I never scorned your beliefs, my son. We have long accepted that you have chosen the old faith. But human sacrifices...
First, the villagers brought me lambs to kill. The gods didn't listen. Then the fathers and mothers came, offering their necks, hoping the children could be saved.
Lon, you are going to burn in hell for this. Pray to the Lord Christ and repent.
I'm already there, Father. Did you know that Mother also came to save you and Anise? With a heavy heart, I also put her to the blade.
You sacrificed your mother to please the pagan gods. You're a monster, Lon. You are insane.
The everlasting circle is about to close, Father. Time to offer your neck to me. Otherwise, Mother's and Anise's sacrifice was in vain. Or kill yourself right where you stand.
I shall hear this blasphemy no more. The curse left nothing of my son in that husk. Knights of Camelot, attack! It's done. My family suffers no more. I shall pray for their souls until the day I die. No, and I never will. A part of me is dead forever. I have nothing to live for. It cannot be stopped, I think. At least for now. No need to rub it in. But I'm still grateful you carried the burden I couldn't shoulder. Well, you surely won a loyal ally who doesn't care about living or dying.